Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another pre-market watch list here on the Boiler Room. So thank you guys once again for tuning in. If you're new, all we do here is try to identify and let everyone know of the hottest stocks to trade in the market. Of course, we're not going to get them all, but we do keep an eye on a lot of the stocks in the way that the market moves so that we can best provide you with some good stocks to watch for the day. And we do a pretty good job at it, must I say. So good morning to everyone tuning in. Thank you guys as always. Who do we got here? All right, so computer's still loading a little bit, but that's good. So again, so we got a few stocks to watch. I got going a little bit late today, but I can already tell you that it looks like PTI, NDTE, and the market are going to be pretty heavily traded. If you look right now, the S&P just went through a really big spike, or at least the ETF did. So again, I think today's going to be a pretty good day. Good morning, Cody. Good morning, everyone tuning in here this morning. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. We're not going to be on for too much longer, but I'm also going to try and be on every single day at 8:30 and keep it much more consistent for you guys, because I know a lot of you like to watch it and tune in, but every once in a while I kind of jump around time. So I want to make a really good effort to make sure we're on starting right at about 8:30 every single day. That gives us 30 minutes before the, really before pre-market starts, really, but no. So that'll give you some time to, overview the stocks we went over, go over the video again if you need to, and do a little bit of research before the market opens and get a game plan going. All right, so good morning from Australia. Whoa. So I'm gonna go ahead and start sharing my screen. All right, here, and let me get this going. This one. Just. All right, guys, so right now we're looking at, obviously, some stock charts. So let's go over the few stocks. Like again, I got going a little bit late. What is my motivation to keep trading? The fact that I really love trading, and trading is part of my career, and I would in the future like the option to stay home if I would like to stay home. One day, hopefully, when I have kids, I'll be able to be home with them, hang out with them more. But ideally, the trading lifestyle really it allows you to be so flexible with your time and with your finances if you do it correctly. So first things first, again, I didn't have a ton of time this morning to look at every stock, but the ones that I did look at looked pretty good. So first, we'll look here at the overall market. Take a look here at the SPY. Let me do a 5-day chart. So SPY has been grinding for 5 days. It hit a high of 280, and it's seen a lot of resistance, and it started coming down off that mark. Right now, we are retesting the 280 mark. We trended down yesterday, bounced back in the morning, and we just spiked up to retest the 280 mark. We look really strong right now. If, in fact, 280 does not break, we might come right back down to this 278, 279 area, okay? So something to watch for is resistance off the 280 mark, and we're already seeing it. And how do I know so? Because we came up, and then we came right back down in this candle. So the idea here is this candle, if it's going to be resistance, this candle will probably end up coming down. But right now, we look pretty strong. So the idea here is we want to see if we do in fact hold below the 280 mark. If so, and we keep coming up and tapping it, right? And we keep tapping it, and it's just not breaking through. Then we'll probably see it roll over and start dumping out a little bit. So we're going to keep our eyes on that. Another one that we are going to watch, and the reason we're going to watch the SPY is because if we're going to watch the SPY, we can trade UVXY, right? So you see how the SPY went up and this went down. And I would like to clarify that just because the SPY goes up or just because the market goes up, technically UVXY or TVIX or any of those, one of those volatility funds, they do not have to go down. There's a misconception. I mean, not that it's a misconception. It is true, but to be honest, it would just be way too complicated to try to explain to people the volatility index fund and how, these volatility funds react to the price action on the SPY, and it would just be way too confusing. So myself and others have basically just went ahead and said that they're inverse ETFs or inverse relations to the SPY, which they kind of are, but they are not at the same time. They track volatility within the market. So if the market's going up, and these are inverse ones, depending on how fast it's going up and how volatile, it seems, the price action will move accordingly. So again, we're going to watch the SPY to play or trade TVIX and UVXY. So the next one that I did want to take a look at is NDTE. Again, this is one that's been grinding up for the past couple days. It reminds me of ZSAN. Again, it's been grinding. I mean, it's just, it's plain and obvious. This is just, it's manipulation / pump. Like, it shouldn't even be up this high to begin with, but it's still going. What's happening is short sellers keep piling in, and then they keep getting squeezed out, and then they do it again, and then they get squeezed out. They do it again, they get squeezed out. They're doing it again, they get squeezed out. What's happening right now is we're seeing NDTE go through a big short squeeze phase, which was probably accommodated by some news that started here. So some news broke, people covered, then it caused this massive short squeeze. So we're going to watch NDTE long today. We watched it long yesterday. We're going to watch it long again for continuation. So that's what I think we're going to do, is watch NDTE long for continuation play, maybe over $14. It would have to get over $14 for me to like it long. If it doesn't, then I know it may not break 14 for the whole day. Also, I want to show you a really bearish signal here that you're getting on the SPY. This is a pretty bearish signal. Tweezer top, ready? See, it goes up once, it comes down, goes up 2 times, comes down. I would most likely take a short position on this type of setup here. Once you see that, I would be getting short on any stock for the most part. Right? That is a good signal. I would most likely get short on that candle. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but that was a definite seller signal, definite bearish signal, something that I would consider taking a short position when you see that. Right, you go up, you reject, you go up once again, you reject. I would expect that you would see some selling pressure and see this come a little bit lower. We'll come back to that. We'll see what ends up happening. Okay, then we have PTI. PTI is a penny stock that got pumped up from yesterday at about, market close from $4 all the way to a high of $7, and now it's starting to come down. This is a stock that I kind of wanted to short. There is some news on it this morning, I believe. And I think there was some news yesterday, something about Therapeutic announces FDA grants breakthrough therapy designation for PTI 428 and cystic fibrosis. So basically, it sounds like they have some type of news out there with the FDA. They granting a breakthrough therapy. Okay. So yeah, they had some news out there about maybe one of their some therapy, and the FDA granted it. I'm not going to read too far in depth. I don't really need to, but it sounds, it sounds pretty good. That's why the stock went up so high. And if you want my honest opinion, I like to short it when it was up here, but now that we've come down so low, I'm not really a fan of trying to get short on it. More or less, I might be looking for a dip buy on PTI. So I would say the same to you, because there is pretty good news on it. So you can't, I wouldn't expect it to come all the way down where it started, right? It's already pulled back. I mean, hold on. It was a 68% move from yesterday to its highs, and it's already now pulled back about 15%. Oh, man. Apologize. Good morning, Leonardo. So again, keep your eyes on PTI, just because PTI is, you know, a big penny stock that was up today. Again, it might put in this higher low, and it might break out of, you know, it might break out of this channel that it's been trading in, this downward channel right here. You know, if it breaks out, I might take a long, right? I might take a long. So again, it was a smaller watch list today. You know, there was only a couple stocks I really had the time to look at. Look at the SPY right now, SPY. So remember I said I would short this candle? It was a good attempt, but the next candle ended up breaking up, so I would have been stopped out, because stop would have been a break over the you know, the previous candle or the highs. But look at, we went right up to 280 and we just completely got hammered down, right? So sometimes it will, that, like, you know, that is a prime example of what would have happened, right? You know, you hear all the time, you know, you hear people say all the time, oh, well, I got in and then it stopped me out just to go down. Yeah, sometimes, you know, sometimes it's going to happen and there's really nothing you can do about it. Right? Like, there's nothing I could do about it. There was a perfect sell signal on these two candles right here. A perfect, when I seen it, it was a tweezer top. I probably would have taken the short. Maybe, maybe not, but look at this rejection. You see that, guys? Remember I said look for the 280 rejection? That's what we're talking about. It's starting to get bought back up because, you know, short sellers are in here and they're starting to buy back, and you know, then there's other people that are like, oh, well, you know, and that, guys, this is a really, really, that's a scary signal. Okay, to go up this fast, have one intermediate candle and come right back down to engulf almost everything that you just gained, that's a really, really strong signal. That means nobody wants the market to go above $280 right now. Whoa, how'd you do that? MARA. I haven't looked at MARA in a while. Oh, shit. Oh, wow. I went from two. I was in a pretty good mood there yesterday, Mr. Mara. Mr. Mara. Oh, yeah. It has some beautiful patterns in there as well. Nice ascending pennant. What do you want to call that? Just little mini interval pullbacks. Jeez. I wouldn't even trade MARA today. It doesn't even look like, well, it might do something, but it has a lot of moving average resistance right above it. I think it's going to get sold off today, to be honest. So, anywho, Melody, why would it not go above 280? The SPY, I'll show you. Because $280 is a really, really big mark. Look at this. From when the market dumped most recently, it came up to retest the 280 mark once so far, but $280 is just that's a strong mental area where people, you know, you would see selling pressure ideally. RXMD, let's see, probably not. I have never traded RXMD. Yeah, no, I don't trade this. This is a sub penny stock, not something that I trade. Just not something I do. But I'm sure that there was a lot of people that made a lot of money trading this. But no, I haven't. And if you were trading it, or if I had, you know, if I were trading it right now, I'd be getting ready to sell everything. Right here, this is a very bearish signal. We have an uptrend. Whoa. Yeah, if I was an RXMD, I would just sell right now. That's exactly what I would do. I would sell everything. Look at that move up. That's a huge move up. It's up, I don't know, probably thousands. Yeah, 1,000%. It's up 1,000%. Has not had crashed yet. If you look at this, you're at the top of an uptrend and you have a spinning top, which is this candle right here. That's a bearish signal. I would sell. It's most likely coming down. Not about that OTC life. No, thank you, sir. So, Yeah, if you're in it and you made money on that, I would just, I mean, here, let me put it, because I don't want to tell you how to trade, but let me tell you, if I were trading RXMD right now, I would sell. Seriously. I mean, what more do you want? It's up 1,000%. You have a bearish signal right now saying, hey, maybe sell me, maybe sell me. There's no point to even hold. There's really no point. I mean, it crashed. It started coming down yesterday, right? This move up, that's a big drop. I mean, I honestly wouldn't even, yeah, I wouldn't mess with it. But anywho, I am going to, we're going to stop it right there, just because I got to get going here. Again, things were a little bit, late for me today, but lock-in profit. Yeah. So I will see you guys all tomorrow morning. Thanks again once for tuning in. All the links are in the description of the video below to stay in contact with me and Boiler Room Trading. So once again, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will talk to you guys all tomorrow.